Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekahak Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching the word in truth and sincerity. And salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. To you I say Shalom. This is Genesis 19, and I'm going to start at 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. And he said, Behold, now my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he said, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. See, Lot already knew what them wicked ass dudes was gonna do when the angels said they was gonna stay out in the street. They was, they was gonna make, pretty much pitch tent out in the street. They was gonna stay out there and probably rest up against a tree or something, or lay up somewhere. But he already knew what was gonna happen. He knew that them wicked ass dudes was gonna try to get at him. You know what I mean? So that's why he pretty much pressed them to come in the house. And how those men act, that's exactly what goes on here in Babylon, man. Exactly what goes on here in Babylon. Pretty much all over the world, but specifically here in Babylon is where this thing is being pushed heavy. This is where legislation gets passed, and they push it out to everyone else in the world. Esau is a very wicked, group of people, man. Their whole agenda is to corrupt everybody in the world, man. Whoever comes in contact with these people, they try to corrupt. If they don't rob you, if they don't try to kill you, they trying to rape you. You know what I'm saying? Not just literally, but figuratively. You know what I'm saying? Not just figuratively, literally. So, you know what I'm saying? They try to take your money. They try to take all your possessions. But not also that, you know what I'm saying? But not only that, they try to take your damn manhood. You know what I'm saying? They push this wicked ass happy fun boy agenda, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. It passes across all genders. You know what I'm saying? Both genders, rather. Not all genders, but both genders. And now they trying to, you know what I'm saying, create different genders. You could be anything you want here in Babylon. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a damn tree, you could be a tree. If you identify as this, you could be that. This is one wicked ass place. You know what I'm saying? That's why America is known as Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? It's known as the spirit of Sodom and Egypt. These are all those four kingdoms that Daniel saw all rolled up in one. You know what I mean? But this is the second leg of the Roman Empire. But it has all these different traits of all these different wicked ass kingdoms that were before it. That's why the Lord had to pretty much get rid of all those neighboring cities when he took down Sodom and Gomorrah, because he had to get rid of that cancer, man. You know what I mean? Cancer spreads. So he took out the neighboring three cities. Salaki, he took out the neighboring three cities. Ahmad, Admah, Zebulun, and Zoar, or uh, Bela, Bela. Had to take those places out, man, because they would, in order to get rid of a cancer, man, you gotta attack like the whole surrounding of it. You just can't, like, if you had, let's say, if you had an infection in your stomach, you want to take care of your stomach. You want to do an overall cleanse. You know what I mean, of the whole body, not just your stomach. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's ailing you, you pretty much want to cleanse your whole system out. So all the neighboring organs can also be cleansed, so that cancer won't spread or that infection won't spread. So when you have a sickness, man, you want to purify your body entirely. So when he got rid of Sodom and Gomorrah, man, he had to get rid of those neighboring cities, because people might try to flee into those cities, or people who have already migrated into those cities beforehand. You know, those neighboring cities might want to take on those traits of Sodom and Gomorrah. But you just have to, you know what I'm saying, you pretty much have to purge that whole area. Just like if you get a sickness, you want to purge your whole body. You want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to cleanse your whole body out. So that's what's gonna happen to Babylon the Great, man. This whole place is about to get cleansed, man, because it's just that wicked. Where you got these wicked ass politicians, you got these wicked ass um Edomites, and they pushing their wicked agenda, and then you got all these different entertainers that's right along with them. And you know what I'm saying? All facets of entertainment, um, these different religions that they have, um, the political arena, um, everything is corrupted here. And as we move forward, it seems like each day that passes, man, it just gets more and more wicked. So you got boys wanting to be girls, girls wanting to be boys. They chopping off their members. They adding body parts. They taking away body parts. They adding hormones. They taking away hormones. So they doping their bodies up so they can be presented as something that they're not. You know what I mean? You going against the Most High's design. You saying he's not perfect. You know what I mean? He made you who you are, and you want to be something else. You basically calling him a liar, because you saying his work is not perfection. But you basically calling the Most High a liar, and that his work is not perfection. When you self-mutilate yourself, or you allowing somebody else to mutilate you, you going under the knife. You taking hormone drugs and all this other sorceries to try to change who you are, when the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, has made you perfect. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? You've been bombarded with all this different nonsense that Esau spews over, you know what I'm saying, through his medium, different media outlets, the internet, all this social media bullshit, entertainers and these athletes, these wicked ass politicians, and Esau in general. You allow, you know what I'm saying, people have allowed these different things to corrupt their mind. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention that the Lord put that spirit on you, man, to allow that to happen. So it's like Babylon is just like Babylon is the worst place to fucking be, man. This is the worst place to be at this particular moment in time. This is the worst place to be, because everything is being pushed at you and it's being pushed at you in such a rapid fashion. You got the tiny top, small hat, big nose. You know what I'm saying? Girly curls. They own these adult movie outlets. You know what I'm saying? They push that wicked agenda. You know what I mean? They even have a you know what I'm saying? They in that wicked book they read, that Talmud, and and the other shit they practice, that Kabbalism, all that shit is wicked, man. And they talk about, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, having your way with babies, and in that happy people community, man, and being a transformer, you know. So this place gotta go, man. Esau gotta go, man, because he's corrupting everything that he touch. If he don't, if he don't commit acts of violence, if he not stealing, if he not lying, he's raping. You know, he's the wickedest thing that this planet have seen. I'm gonna read Deuteronomy 23:1 again. He that is wounded in the stones, or has his privily member cut off, he shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. I'm gonna read that in the NLT, Deuteronomy 23:1. If a man's testicles are crushed, or his penis is cut off, he may not be admitted to the assembly of Yahweh. You know what I mean? So that these people don't have, you know what I'm saying, they don't have that fear of the Lord in them, man. Even though, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these people are Edomites, man. But the Jakes that do this shit, the Jakes that get involved in this type of nonsense, yeah, man, you wicked as hell, man. And the Lord gonna have his day with you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna the day of the Lord. He gonna, I'm saying, he gonna make his way with you, man. He gonna have fun with you, man. Like, and not in that side, and not that sort of way, man. He gonna destroy you, man. You gonna eat a missile, man. You gonna taste fervent heat. This is Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lie with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. It's also mentioned, you know, in Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind. It is abomination. So it clearly tell you, man, like, leave these different things that's out there in the world, leave them alone, man. Don't follow the way of the heathen, man. But you know, our people get caught up in that, you know. And you know, if you're not grounded, man, it's easy to fall into those traps, man. You know what I'm saying? There's all sorts of demons out here, man, that'll jump right on you, man. You know what I mean? You deal with certain people, certain women. You know what I mean? Them demons jump right on you, man. So you know, it's easy to fall into these snares, into these traps out here, man. Cause this is just a wicked ass place, man. You know what I mean? Especially if you get involved, with watching pornography and shit like that. You know, if you consume too much of that stuff, man, like, you won't be able to control the amount of demons that'll jump on you. And then you'll find yourself doing shit, you know what I mean, that you ain't supposed to be doing. You know? It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just how wicked this place is, man. Esau has made this, you know what I'm saying, has corrupted the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why he has to be taken down. He has to go into captivity. And after he built the kingdom up, you know, he has to be destroyed, man. You can't allow this type of, you know what I'm saying, renegade activity, man. You know, like can allow this type of betrayal, like every degradation that you can call it. That's what it is, man. You can't allow him to go unpunished for all the things that he's done. So now you got this thing called you know converting toddlers over to being the trans to being a transformer, saying like toddlers don't know the what I'm saying, don't know shit. Like, don't get it twisted. Toddlers are smart, yes. Babies are smart as hell, but a baby doesn't know what they want to do in the world. You know what you got these wicked ass people that's pushing this agenda of transforming babies, literal babies. You know what I'm saying? They ain't say 5-year olds and little. They said toddlers. Toddlers are up to like 3 years old. Babies up until like after you leave the infant stage, you're a toddler. That's about what 1 to 3 years old, 1 to 4 years old. You're a toddler. So when you steadily pumping somebody with information, or you trying to sway the person's mind, what I'm saying, that's basically entrapment, man. You just keep, what I'm saying, you presenting it in such a manner that you confusing people, you make people feel a certain way about themselves. you know you basically entrapping them. You trying to get them to convert over to pure wickedness. you know it's just, this place is just unbelievably wicked. I was looking at an article. you know 51-year-old pastor, he came out as transgender during one of his church services. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he is truly happy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he appears to be an Edomite. This was in upstate New York. You know, that's where, what I'm saying, a lot of this bullshit is being pushed to is in these churches, man. They allow that shit, knowing damn well. See, this is how you know the Lord ain't dealing with these churches. You know what I mean? At least not on the right hand side, because it's clearly stated in the scriptures, man. Old Testament and New Testament. You know what I mean? They even go into stories. It's not just instructions. You have instructions in the Old Testament, but you also have stories where the angels, like them wicked ass dudes of Sodom and Gomorrah tried to, what I'm saying, get at those angels. And when the old man, what I'm saying, he had his little concubine. This is in Judges. We had his concubine. You know what I mean? And they wanted to get at the men. You know what I'm saying? Like him and his servants was like resting in, I think, in one of them cities of Benjamin, and them dudes wanted to get at him, and he gave up his concubine. You know what I'm saying? And they pretty much just ran through her. So like it tells you about these things in the New Testament. It tells you, it gives you instructions on these things. So there's no way you can say you haven't read it, you don't know about it. If you read the scriptures, then you've read these passages, you've read these verses. So there's no way you can say you don't know. What it is you just saying, you just trying to make up your own rules, and you just saying, man, pretty much like, you know, you ain't dealing with the whole volume of the book. You ain't dealing with the Lord. The Lord ain't dealing with you then. You know, I'm trying to keep it, respectable, because but these people are wicked as hell, man. Like, they pretty much saying, like, F the Most High, man. It's like, you wildin'. It clearly tells you, man. So basically, you don't abide in what the scriptures say. You trying to make up your own scriptures. You trying to, what I'm saying, or you trying to perverse the scriptures, where you trying to twist them up and make it seem like that's not what it says. Or, well, all you gotta do is, just have faith. Nah, man. It's more to it than that, man. And then the scriptures clearly give you instructions on how to go about repentance. It clearly tells you that you must follow the rules. You know what I'm saying? You must follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, and fast and pray, and it gives you a whole list of things to do. But I don't see these people like you don't see these people doing that, man. I don't see these people doing that. Like I work with a couple of them transformers. You know what I'm saying? And they be got the job. You know what I'm saying? Talking crazy, like even have little pitch, little. You know what I'm saying? Little signs up. Jesus love me and all this other nonsense. Calling upon a pagan name. Gee, this is why you so twisted, man. And these are and these are Jakes. You know what I'm saying? It's just bugged out, man. This whole shit need to be just burnt the fuck down. Period. Like just burn this shit up. Because this place is wicked as hell. And I come across this all the time in my travels, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to travel a few miles to get to work, and I got to take the train. So you see you see these weirdos all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is that, they try to push that wicked ass shit on everybody they come across, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bugged out, man. This is a real messed up time. You know what I'm saying? In Babylon, dude, like it's just bugged the fuck out. Every day is like a new adventure out here and just wickedness. This is Isaiah 3 and 8. And Isaiah 3 and 8, and I'm gonna read through 12. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against Yahweh, to provoke the eyes of his glory. The shrew of their consonants doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hid it not. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. As for my people, children are they oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. That's exactly what's going on. You dabble and you deal with these wicked people, and they'll push their wicked agendas on you. You'll fall into the hands of their customs. You'll follow the heathens' customs. And that's what our people did, man. Back then and now, they're following the way of the heathen, and it's corrupting. And it's corrupting to the point where it'll be unredeemable for you unless you turn back and never deal with it again and repent on it. But most of our people not going to do that. So you fall into the hands of the wicked, and you doing as the wicked do, and you basically despising the word of the Most High. You despising the rules of the Most High, His law, statutes, and commandments, the things He commanded us to do and not to do. You basically, you basically spitting in the face of the Most High. So what you think He gonna do to you? What you think, is gonna happen to you? But the funny thing is, our people like to pray when it's convenient, when they need something. And it be some frivolous shit too. Praying for a new pair of fucking Jordans. Praying for an extra couple of dollars on your damn paycheck and stupid shit like that. But you ain't paying, you're not praying to repair your soul, man. You're not praying to get back in the good graces of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And you're not going to do the things that it takes to be redeemed from the atrocities that you've done here in Babylon. This is why 2/3 of our people must be, you know what I'm saying, purified through fire. They must face that fire, get burnt the fuck up. This is 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of power? But not be not deceived, neither fornicator, nor idolater, nor adulterer, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. So basically, man, those are the ways you could definitely X yourself out of being, you know what I'm saying, inheriting the kingdom as far as like being delivered. Dealing with those things right there. You know. Being a mo. That effeminate, abusers of themselves with mankind. You know what I mean? You know what that means. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be explained to you, like, it don't have to be broken down anymore. But you know, these people, you know what I'm saying, these rain, you know what I'm saying, these happy-go-lucky people, you know, they like to play games with the scriptures, like they don't know what it means, you know, and like it could be meaning something else. But when you go into these words, man, that's exactly what a effeminate mean, man. You a soft dude, man. You acting like a broad. Abusers of themselves with mankind. What the hell you think that means? It can mean a facet of things, yes. But it all rolls up into one, man. But our people like to play games, you know, and that's gonna be to your detriment, man. They like to hear the sweet things, you know what I'm saying? They like smooth talk, so they don't like to be talked to all rough. You know, they don't like to hear the dark things. They just want to hear that, you know, they don't want to hear the corrections. They just want to hear, they want to get a pat on the head and say it's gonna be all right, and that's about it, you know. But that's not the case, man. That's not what the scriptures say, man. This is Romans 1. I'm gonna read verse 26 and 27. For this cause power gave them unto vile affections. For even their women did change their natural for that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. That's self-explanatory, man. You don't need that to be broken down. But our people like to play games, and they like to play games with these wacky tacky churches, that silly ass Christian doctrine. Our people love to play with that, especially the northern tribes. They love to play with that Roman Catholic bullshit. You know, you playing with your oppressors, um, the way your oppressor worship. You was given a way to worship, but you dabble in these things. You playing with these different religions because you like this because you like the sweet things. You like that pat on the head and saying that everything is going to be all right, knowing that what the scriptures say, there's a balance to it, man. There's dark sayings. There's the left hand of Yahweh along with the right hand. So you have righteous and you have unrighteousness in this book. And our people love to deal with the unrighteousness, but claiming that it's righteous. It's our people are really bugged out in how they think and how they move in their actions. And this is exactly why 2/3 is going to perish right here in Babylon when Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying, put that spirit on these nations to send these missiles over here to destroy this place, man. And rightfully so, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of us are perfect, and we all been in some form of, you know what I'm saying, in some form of fashion. Everybody don't went off, but to acknowledge you going off, and then making that amends with the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and not turning back to your old ways. That's the first step, man. But our people don't want to take that first step, man. They like to fall backwards. They like to stumble backwards. But that's going to be, you know what I'm saying? That's just how the Most High wrote the story, man. It's a beautiful story to watch, man. It's agonizing, you know, going through it, being in it, you know, waiting for the Most High to come back to, you know what I'm saying, just pretty much to deliver his elect, his remnant, his 1/3, and just, you know, usher in the kingdom of heaven, which is a righteous government here on the planet Earth, where we will rule in righteousness. We don't have to go through this bullshit that, you know, Esau is putting us through. These heathen nations are putting us through. But, you know, it's something that we have to go through. It's just, you know what I'm saying, it's just sometimes it's just hard to move. You know, it's hard to, like, just to stomach that shit, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. You just keep moving forward. You just keep pushing forward with the, having faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you know. But it's just weird as hell, man. It's funny sometimes, you know. It makes you mad, you know. But that's all part of the, you know what I'm saying, the beautiful story of this thing, you know. But to watch our people fall to wickedness like this, man, you know, it kind of gets at you sometimes. But you gotta, like, but you know, I understand it. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, you have to, you kind of like vent while you give these video lessons. You kind of vent, you know, at the same time. But you give all praise to Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because he, you know what I'm saying, he put you in a, he put you in a position to recognize it, understand it, and do something about it. You know. You know, each man work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. So that's what you do. So it's just it's a fascinating thing to watch. You know, it's fascinating to watch the Most High work. You know, it's a beautiful thing to watch him work, because it's done all in righteousness, man. If you look at how we went off throughout the centuries, how we went off, and how he kept giving us chances. But you know, this is that generation, man. The Lord's coming back. You know what I mean? And he's coming, and it's not gonna be too long, man. Like, we gonna witness that we gonna witness that deliverance of his elect, and you're gonna watch people faint in agony because, you know, they know they fucked up. It's wild. Like, it's a beautifully sour, sweet. You know, it's an exciting movie to watch. You know, because you watch it in real time, so it's amazing to me. Like, to me, it's just amazing. Like, you know, it's really hard to put into, like, real, like, put it into words, the way he moves and how you watching the righteousness of the Most High just play out on the planet. Like, you watch, you know what I'm saying, you watch his left hand play out, and then you watch the righteousness of him play out. And then the whole time you gotta try to stay, you gotta stay straight in the thing. You know, you gotta keep your eyes on the straight gate. It's just beautiful to watch, man. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of, because you watch people go off every day. You watch people, you know, pray to pagans every day, all day. You watch people, and you might give a person instruction, and you watch them go off again. You know, it's just wow. But, you know, I kind of giggle, I chuckle, and then, you know, I give my praises up to the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? For setting me straight, setting me right. You know. And you just watch the other people just fall over stumbling blocks, man. It's almost like watching a video game and you know what I'm saying, you jumping over. It's like you moving rapidly through the video game and you jumping over each hurdle, and you watching these people just stumble, bloop bloop, lose a life, bloop bloop, lose another life, bloop bloop bloop, lose another life. But you know, just watching them stumble over. It's like a video game, and you just watching them stumble over and over again over the same hurdle. But you know, I kind of went on a little rant, started rambling. But you know, it's just amazing to watch the Most High work, and you would like to see more people of the flock come into the fold. But you know that's not scriptural. That you're gonna have some come in, many won't. Some gonna come in and fall out. You're gonna have all these false teachers running around here preaching nonsense and bullshit. But just keep your eyes on the straight gate. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Hope this was edifying. So I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekahak Redash, Abad Babal.